And the Bible said he wrestled, listen to the word, with the man until the breaking of day. The power of an until. Until is a powerful word. Until means that you take the time limits off. And he said, I won't let go until you bless me. Pray until the angel shows up. Pray until the atmosphere changes. Pray until you feel I am having an encounter with God. And in that moment, a miracle begins to happen. Some of you are so caught up in the day that you don't have any time for the until. And the Bible said when he saw that he prevailed not, that God or the angel touched Jacob. Everybody say touched. He touched, he got a touch, the hollow of Jacob's thigh. And you would think as the sun is coming up, now think with me just a moment. This is the part of the story I missed that I saw fresh this week. He wrestles all night and he doesn't get what he wants. And Jesus is, of course, letting him wrestle. The angel is letting him. He could have beat him anytime he wanted. But what he's working on is I'm changing you on the inside. And I want to see if you really want it. And when he saw that he couldn't prevail, that he was not going to let him go, here's the test. The angel touches his hip, pulls it out of socket. Do you know how painful that is? Have you ever had an arm? I've had an arm dislocated. That is painful. Do you know how painful it would have been? And anybody in the right mind, the sun is coming up. I tried all night. Nothing happened. I'm not blessed. I don't have the blessing. I've been marked and I'll never be the same, but there's nothing on the other side of going through this hurt and pain. And this is the problem. Anytime God allows you to be marked, anytime God allows you to go through pain and tragedy, anytime God allows someone to die in your family or some tragedy or some heartbreak to happen and you get marked, it's a moment that marks you for the rest of your life. It becomes, whether it's an abuse, whether it's somebody who lied on you and did something to you that hurt you so bad and you're marked, what happens to people is that's when they quit. The remarkable part of this story is, Lord, help me to say it like I need to say it. When it made sense to stop, Jacob didn't stop. When it made sense to quit and to give up, Jacob said in a defiant voice, I will not stop. I will not give up. I will not let go until you turn this mark into a blessing. Because anytime God gives you a mark, a pain, a tragedy, a trial, something that marks you for the rest of your life, if you won't let go of God, He will take it and turn it into a blessing. This is what we've got. You got to get an until in your spirit. That, yeah, I've been hurt in this marriage, but I'm not going to let go until I see a blessed home and a blessed marriage and a blessed family. Yeah, I've been through some things, but I serve the God who what they meant for my evil, God, if I hold on to Him, will turn it for the good. And the Bible said, He said, I will not let you go until you bless me. He's marked. And this is where people, they lose their faith. Something happens and they're marked and they change for the rest of their life. They walk with a limp emotionally the rest of their life. And they don't understand. Go all the way back to the Garden of Eden. Anytime God marks you, Adam, I'm going to mark you. I'm going to put you to sleep. I'm going to open your side up. I'm going to reach inside of you. There's stuff in you. I'm going to pull it out of you. But out of the marking came woman. Took a rib out, formed the woman, and formed the family, and blessed the family. If God marks you, it's a Bible principle. If He marks you, it is because out of that very painful tears, sorrow, brokenness. Out of that bloody mark would come the greatest blessing that Adam could ever imagine. God was going to multiply him and bless him beyond anything he could imagine. When Jesus wanted a church, it required a mark in his side and nail prints in his hands. But don't give up. Don't quit after the crucifixion, because if God marks you, if you hold on, God is going to bless you. Take a praise break, and I'll keep on preaching just a minute. Jacob said, I will not let go. I know it makes sense. It makes sense to quit when you've been marked and you've had a day that, and I mean, we've had people who've had car wrecks and they buried their son, and we've had everything you can imagine in the 30 plus years that I've been here. Every kind of tragedy you can imagine. And in that moment, I watch these people. And there have been some who lose their faith and lose their way, but God doesn't lose them, and He still has His hand on them. But there's others that when it makes sense to quit and to give up and to be just disillusioned by faith in God, instead they grab hold of Him and they hold on. And today, years later, those people would say, it marked me, but it blessed me. And I can't describe to you, I wouldn't be who I am and where I am if that marking had not been turned into a blessing.